What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is TDS Darth Vader back at you with another video yet again, and in this video I want to share with you my thoughts about Darth Vader. Now, let's go ahead and get on into this and discuss his choke ability. So, basically, his choke ability, what it does is it suspends opponents into the air for a certain amount of time, and you can also use a star card to extend that. However, this ability is mainly for team play. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people just think, oh, it's his choke. No, it's actually used for teamwork. See, while an opponent is suspended into the air, Emperor Palpatine, Boba Fett, or a blaster character, or somebody like that can shoot them while they are suspended in the air or immobilized. And a lot of people use this incorrectly. See, along with your teammates doing that kind of damage to him, while him also doing damage with the choke, as soon as they get out of the animation for the choke, they fall to the ground, right? So while they are on the ground, you and your teammates can punish the person who got caught in the choke. Vader himself can punish them with a saber throw, for example, or just ordinary lightsaber strikes, while blaster characters and everything else, like Boss, can throw traps under them while they are suspended into the air, but that also requires a coordinated team to do such a tactic. And let's be honest with you, with most of the randoms that you encounter today, they do not know anything about teamwork. What they know to do is swing, 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 swing. That's all they know. And ability spam, like players who use Anakin Skywalker. All they know how to do basically is ability spam. And then if they can't ability spam, they go into their last resort option, which would be to block and run away all game. Or just run away until their abilities come back. Now, with that being said, that's not necessarily pertaining to Vader. Now, the downside to this ability is that while he is choking them, he basically is vulnerable, very vulnerable. He can be pushed, he can be shot, he can be, whatever. However, with the new update to the game coming out this month, is they are supposed to be giving his choke, while he is in the choke, a damage reduction, which is going to be a blessing. But it's not here yet, so I can only make this video judging him as he currently is. So that basically covers it for the choke. So the saber throw. This ability is very useful. It can help out a lot, as I stated previously with his choke. You can end the choke with a free saber throw. However, that's not going to be the best part of his ability. The best part about his saber throw is not whenever it hits them going forward, but when it hits them coming back. That is the main quality of his saber throw. It works very good versus blaster characters, primarily versus blaster characters, because mostly saber characters, people who use lightsabers, are basically going to block it anyway. But if you can pull off the choke, if they do not block the choke, you can end it with a saber throw, and there are certain tactics that you can apply to the saber throws, such as not throwing it forward, but throwing it at their feet. Why do I say throw it at their feet? Is for the simple fact is that whenever you throw the saber at their feet, it basically somewhat breaks their block. With that being said, of it breaking their block, when you throw it at their feet, it shortens the length of the saber throw animation. Whenever you throw it straight forward through them and it comes back to you, it takes a longer time for it to come back to you. But whenever you throw it at their feet, it hits the ground and bounces back to you quicker, making it a useful ability. But with that being said, let's move on to his focused rage, or whatever it's called. Now, with his focused rage, what it does is it reduces the cost of stamina for both blocking blaster shots, force powers, and lightsaber attacks, and it also allows him to attack more often with his lightsaber. The problem with this ability is, or, you know, well, no, that's not a part of his ability. Anyway, that's the main quality. Oh, not to mention it gives him a little bit of bonus health, and it also gives him damage resistance, which is good, and there's not really much to cover on that. I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory. So getting into his stamina. Right now, his stamina is the biggest issue Darth Vader currently has. His stamina is kind of shit, to be honest. It's really crap. I mean, it's basically got you to the point where you're forced to constantly be activating focused rage just to fight somebody. I mean, I get the concept of what they're trying to do there, but for a character who has to rely on his ability at all times just to be somewhat combat efficient. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who probably disagree with me on Vader. You know, in Galactic Assault, I'm sure he's God mode or something, you know, but I don't play that. I'm only going by Showdown and Heroes versus Villains, and as you see, I'm playing Heroes versus Villains, and that's the only game mode I really play in this game. So I'm going based on the game modes that I play, what I experience, and what I see. So his stamina, like right now, he can only swing 10 times, I believe, without his focused rage. He can swing more with focused rage. Now the thing about it is say you're going against a team who are coordinated and who know each other, like the people that I'm playing against right now. Well, basically, he kind of stands no real chance. I mean, he can do a little bit, but honestly, he's slow. He's clunky. He runs out of stamina way too fucking quick. And it takes forever for his stamina to come back, which is also going to be in this month's patch update. But as he currently is, right now, he runs out of stamina so quick, and it takes forever for his stamina to come back. So, with that being said, the only thing he's a really, really good counter to is blaster characters, because they can't block, and, I mean, yeah, they can roll, but that's only twice. So, really, right now, and not only that, his blocking works best versus blaster characters, and it doesn't really make him as viable. See, like back in the day, Vader used to have the health of a god, the speed of a turtle, and the damage of a tank. Right now, his stamina is the main thing getting in the way of him being a very, very good character. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say that he's that bad, because there are worse characters in the game, but currently, he's just not what he used to be, and I'm not saying that he should be overpowered, I'm just saying that he could be better. So, yeah. I mean, whenever you are playing a game mode like Heroes versus Villains, you want a character who can be fast, so that way you can get to your teammates. You want a character that can do good damage, so that way you can stand your own ground. You want a character who has a decent amount of block time, you know, whenever you're outnumbered. But as the game currently is with Darth Vader, he just feels really underwhelming at this point. And I'm not saying it because I suck as Vader. You could go back to some of my previous videos that are dedicated to Darth Vader, and you could see what I used to do with him. But right now, I feel like a chicken with my head cut off. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's anything else wrong with him, but man, like, really, what did they do to Vader? Why did they feel like this was necessary to nerf him this hard? I really don't get it. I mean, I mean, let's take some examples in this match. Let's see what we got coming up. Let's see if we can find an enemy real quick. So that way we might be able to find a good example. Alright, so here's Ray, and she's... Okay, so you can tell these people know each other, right? Alright, so there we go. We got the choke, we got the free saber throw. There we go. Pretty much that's over with. Alright, now, here we go. Look at my stamina. I'm not saying Vader should be able to swing forever. Don't get me wrong. But right now, because of that, let's see. Come on. If I can find a better example. Alright, here we go. Obi-Wan. Another ridiculous character in this game right now. Okay, so I'm trying to be viable, but right there, as you see, I had him in the choke, and because I don't have the current upcoming damage reduction, I got killed just for using my ability, which really hinders him. He's already hindered in movement speed, but now he gets punished for using his abilities. You know, that's kind of what I'm trying to point out about his ability. But, you know, a lot of people are just gonna be like, oh, you just suck with him, blah blah blah. You know, and I love it when people tell me I suck with a character. You know why? Because every time they piss me off, I always go back and then I use the character until I am satisfied to shut everybody's mouth. You know, like whenever you see me go on high fucking streaks, it's usually whenever somebody pisses me off in the comment section talking about, oh, you just suck with this person, you don't know how to use them. Just like how everybody used to say that, oh, you're saying Yoda sucks because you don't know how to use them. Well, every change I suggested, guess what? They're putting it in the game. But anyway, that's just kind of me being a dick in the way, but whatever. So, really, honestly, that there isn't really too much else to say about Vader currently. I mean, his damage is good. Don't get me wrong, his damage is really good currently. But he is fixing to get a damage buff. And honestly, considering the fact that he don't have a fourth ability and him and Anakin are the same person, I don't get why Vader does not have a fourth ability, for the simple fact is, if anybody has read any of the lore, any of the expanded universe, any of the any of the canon to Darth Vader, they will know this one moment that happened in Star Wars for Darth Vader. There was this one moment where he fell, and he was under an AT-AT. And the AT-AT was about to step on him. Well, this is what Vader did. He literally used the dark side of the Force and lifted the whole fucking AT-AT off of the ground by himself using the Force. And you're telling me that Anakin gets this retribution and heroic might and all this shit, but Vader only gets a choke, a saber throw, and focused rage? They're the same fucking person. And I know what you're gonna defend it with. Oh, well, it's because of his suit. No, his suit, only, for one, he had cybernetic limbs, which means he should have a very high amount of stamina, which means he should be high as fucking damage. But he was strong as hell in the fucking Force, and he actually got stronger in the Force whenever he became Vader, because whenever he was Anakin, he was like, okay, you take the prequels for example, that was at a time whenever his Force powers were not that advanced. And then you take the Clone Wars when he was a little more seasoned. You know, you didn't really see him constantly, you didn't see him with this fucking heroic might where he could stand in front of a whole army of everybody and stand there and get blasted all to hell just to punish the troops or just to instantly kill a villain. No, I don't get why Vader, or most of all, I don't get, you know what, no, I'm not going to talk about that fourth ability. That will be for another character in another video. Anyway, well, that's basically kind of my argument about Darth Vader at this point. What's good about him, what's bad about him. He has pros, but he has more cons than he has pros currently. So do I think Vader is good? I think I've seen what he had the potential before, and I would love to see that potential kind of return. Like, maybe a little tweaked, but he don't need to be God mode, and neither does Anakin. You know, they really need to figure out how to balance this game out better. And honestly, the heroes versus villains changes are going to be okay, but it's... yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to see it whenever it comes out. But right now, it is what it is. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like this video, then please give me a like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you in my next video.